This is Eileen from Eileen Stuffs, and today we will be budgeting with my December 1st paycheck. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. I am a cash budgeter and stuffer here on YouTube, and I am working on paying off debt as well as building up an emergency and sinking funds. If this sounds like something you are interested in and you haven't already, please consider subscribing below. Okay, so this felt so weird. I did not do any budget videos at all in November. I'll link my last video below where I kind of did an update of what happened to me, but trying to get back in the groove here. Definitely felt a little off to do my budget again, but also felt good because I really need to get back in the groove. Also, I realized we're in December, which means this is the last month that we'll see my little "this is my error" book. I got a little sad about that this is the last month for this, and I do already have my new budget book. I will link that video below because a subscriber actually sent me a budget book, which I've been saving for 2024. So I'm excited to break that out for the new year, but we have one more month with this little guy. If you do like a simple budget book, I highly recommend this book. I really like this one. All right, but we have a nice paycheck today to work with. On the flip side, it's also rent is due, so the bills are higher, but I think we're gonna be okay. Let's go ahead and get started. As always, I will zoom you guys in. This is for my December 1st paycheck. My paycheck was $4,122.50, so nice little paycheck there. I also do have some rollover in the bank, which is not much. It's $91.39. So as you know, I've been trying to save 30% for taxes. So what is that? 3122. I'll just leave out the 5 just to make it easier. So 4122 times 0.30. All right, so if we do estimated taxes at 30%, that's actually $1,236. So let's just round it up to make it easier. $1,237. And forget about that change. So we have our, what is this bump? Oh, it's this thing I put there. All right, so 412250. We're gonna minus out our taxes. Let's see. 4122.50 minus 1237. So that will leave us with a budget of $2,885.50. So, woo. It's actually not going to leave us with a lot to work with after everything is said and done. And then we do have the $91.39 to add back in. So our total budget is $2,976.89. So it's enough to pay for what I need, but not a ton extra, but you know, that's okay. This month is, I mean, my first of the month paychecks are pretty much, this is pretty much hit harder these days because my rent now, but it's worth it to live alone. So it's okay because I'm blessed. I just tell myself, I kind of already pre-added everything. It was going to be $2,434. So we will still have about 500 left, but not a ton. Especially, so December, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know the winter months are always the hardest for me because of Thanksgiving and Christmas. I always get hit a little hard. This check was actually pretty good, but I do know my December 15th paycheck is going to be not very good. So I've already taken some measures. The money I had saved in my, well, let me just show you guys. I'm going to show you guys because this is going to help explain a little bit about what I'm going to do with the money after I pay all the bills. I have already, I've been working on those challenges. These are mess ups that I decided to keep for myself. I had to withdraw this money my car is actually going back to the shop Actually, today, when you're seeing this video, I might even just be, I have to go take my car in. But anyway, my car's been getting some extra attention, but that is not what I was here for. I have already replaced my bill money. I had $265 in here. That 5 was just so ripped up, I left it. I used some of my placeholders, so I had 200. I crossed this out and put 60. This is supposed to be 60. So this 260 is actually already in my checking account, in my savings account, in my checking account, just in case, because I was like, this might be the time of the year that I've been saving for when December comes around and I have like a low paycheck. If not, I'm just gonna leave it there because Christmas is also going to be a little iffy. But I've already switched this out. I wish I would have filmed it, but I didn't. It's just because I just wasn't, I had a few weeks where I wasn't filming. But I'm kind of already preparing, I guess, to buff up my checking account to help offset the lower paycheck that I know I'm going to get on December 15th because of Thanksgiving, time off for Thanksgiving. And then last week we ended up with 2 snow days. So I lost more work, which was not planned. I was like, okay, this is why. I think next year my goal is going to actually be to try to save about $3,000 for this time of the year. So I don't have to stress at all because I am bordering on stressed right now. But I know I have money saved, and I actually, have all that money sitting ready to go in case I need it. I'm hoping I won't. But I think if for next year, it might be nice to give myself even bigger buffers. So I'm like easy breezy when November, December comes around. Because not only is this the time of the year for me where I lose work for the holidays, vacations, snow days, it kind of always seems to happen, but it also coincides during the time where things are due for me. So that's actually something we have here. So my liability insurance that I need to carry is due, which is about $200. And then also my OT license I just renewed, that was $85, so it's just these extra costs come up. So it's just this time of the year is always like this. And this is why I save. So so like I said, I already put that money in there ready to go. And lest I forget that this savings challenge money, I will probably keep in my bank, make sure I can get through January, which is going to cover the Christmas week paycheck. And if all is good after that, then this will go to the debt payoff. But, I have another little hunk there waiting. Anyway, that was a huge aside. But that's all to say is this is very much on my mind, is just taking care of business. So we are going to see this fact today. And the money that is left over, I'm really going to try to keep extra in my bank. And I would like to just move it to my savings account and let it sit there and let it ride out for the next month and a half to get me through the couple rough paychecks from holidays. And then if all is good, then I'll just throw it into my high yield account. That's kind of my plan right now. That's what you're going to see today. So now we're going to start deducting. We have rent, which is $1,700. So that will bring me down to $1,276.89. The electric bill is $50.87. So it went up a little bit. I think it's just because I've been running the heater more. But it's really cold. The gas was $24.35, so that brings me to $1,201.67. My water bill, I feel like, is $76.77. It was also like that when my ex lived here, so either this is the base that we can pay for water, or he really wasn't using the water or showering, but I find that hard to believe because it's pretty much hasn't changed since he's moved out. But whatever. All right, so that leaves us, that's really messy, but $1,124.90. And then on my phone, which is pretty standard at 106.94. I actually looked today because a big chunk of this is me paying off my phone, like doing monthly payments on my phone. And I only owe $212 on my phone. So it actually gave me the option to pay it off early. So that's something to think about. I could just pay that off early, but I'm almost done, I guess is the point, which is nice. And then this bill will drop Once we take out phone, I'm left with $1,117.96, and then health insurance. And the good news with the health insurance is my health insurance should stay about this range for next year. I haven't picked my plan. So they basically gave me a letter with my current plan renewed, and it only went up to 58. So either I'm going to keep that one, or I'm going to look at some of the other options and see if there's a lower plan, but it shouldn't be too bad. All right, and then we have our extras. So my student loans are taken care of as far as I am putting them through consolidation, and I also got a forbearance. So they're not gonna start being owed until January, and then I'm also waiting for the consolidation to go through. So right now they are finally current. They are at a zero balance, so I don't have to pay them this month. And I'm just kind of waiting to get the end result and see what my payment plan is going to be, which is supposed to start in the new year. So we're good this month for student loans. We have our normal furniture credit card bill, which is $30. So that brings us to $937.26. My violin. So we have $904.26. Easy Pay $64.24. Which is $840.02. I'm gonna go ahead and set aside $50 for gas, which brings me, I don't know if I'm gonna use that, but I'm gonna, because my gas is like at half a tank right now, but I just decided to put it in just in case, you know. That'll bring me down to $790.02. So $790 would not be bad, actually, considering I had to pay rent, paid 30% taxes, paid all my bills. Being still left over with $790 would have been nice, but some extra costs that I have to consider. One is my transmission needed to be fixed. Luckily, my car warranty basically paid for all of it. All I have is a $50 deductible, and I'm actually going, well, today when this video is posting, I am going to be getting my car fixed. It's going, and all I have to do is pay the $50, so I just wanted to make sure I accounted for that so I could just pay cash. Because I used my car money for my oil change. That is going to be $740.02. And then the other once a year thing is my liability insurance is going to be due for 2024. I need to carry that for work. So on the plus side, this is a tax write-off. I want to pay cash for this, so $198. So that'll leave me with $542.02. So this is where things are going to start looking very different for me. In the past, I would have taken this money, left a little bit in the bank. I would have then stuffed my wallet and my sinking funds. But like I said, I'll link my video below. We are doing everything different. I went to the bank. I talked to a financial advisor. I got advice on my debt and what I need to do. And that is my new plan. And like I said, I'll link that video below where I talked about it more. So sinking funds are pretty much out at this point. The only one I am going to focus on is going to be the one where I pay my mom back, because that money is in here, but I'm going to take it out for Christmas, throw it with her Christmas present. But there's not going to be any more sinking funds, at least for a while. We're going to be focusing, instead of doing sinking fund trackers, we're going to be doing debt payoff trackers. So we're going to switch this all up. So that being said, I would have an extra money at this point to throw towards my big credit card, which is the new focus for debt. But because of the big story I just went into with it being the holidays, my December 15th check is, I think I lost like $1,200 on that paycheck just from holidays and then the snow days. So it just, you know, that's just how it is. So I know that check's going to be low. But I think I would also like to keep as much as this cash as possible. I'm just kind of hoarding money. I do this every December, January. I go into like money hoarding mode to make sure I can get through the hard months. So that's where we're at. So we will not even be trying to do a debt snowball. I did do a debt snowball on my credit card with my November 15th check. And if I can do it with my December 15th check, I will. If not, again, we're going on hold because of the season for me. The only thing I'm going to consider taking out of this is food and maybe just a miscellaneous, you know, it's always nice to have a miscellaneous 20 or 40 in my wallet. Today is actually the 5th already. So we're already 5 days into this pay period that I'm doing this because of the snow days. I got my pay came late, which is fine, like whatever. Everything worked out okay, but definitely the snow days last week kind of threw things off. So that being said, I only really have to account for like 10 days until I get paid again. I think all I'm actually going to do is maybe take out $150 for food and $30 for miscellaneous, which is $180. Oh, I totally saw the mess up I did. So $542.02 minus $180 in cash. So that's going to give me a total of $362.02, which I'm going to leave in the bank. Like I said, just giving me a little bit of a buffer for my next check, which I know is going to be short about $1,200. So it should maybe be about an $1,800 paycheck. So yeah, it's going to be tight with all the credit cards, but we got some extra cash. And this is all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take out 180, probably just take it out in 50s and 20s from the bank and stuff my wallet. So maybe I'll show a quick wallet stuffing, because I actually really wanna show you guys my new debt tracker I'm making to keep track of the 30% utilization that I'm aiming for as per the meeting I had at the bank. So that's probably gonna be the next video. We won't really have a cash stuffing, but I mean, whatever, that won't be going on for a while. But I guess this is it. I'm not even gonna make a denomination page, but we got our budget. We're leaving a chunk in the bank to help us for next pay. But we've got, we hit all the important points. Our bills are paid, our rent is paid, our taxes are paid, my liability insurance is paid. So we're doing good. All is well. I am blessed. And I am excited to discuss with you guys more the new plan, because like I said, things are just going to be drastically different from what they have been. And I was thinking about this a lot, because I was like, yeah, this is really going to affect the videos I can make, because I won't be making cash stuffing videos anymore. And I would still like to do at least like one savings challenge a month, even if it's just me using like my little ones that are super low challenges, like these ones, the scratcher ones. But then I realized, but there is a lot of stuff I could do with the debt payoff and tracking it and all of that, and monthly tracking. So I always try to film twice a week, but for the next at least a little bit, that might be iffy, at least once a week. But we're gonna keep plugging along. We're going with the flow. We're dealing with the setbacks. And again, like I said, I'll link my last video below where I talked about what the setbacks are. I'm dusting myself off, picking myself back up, and I am walking forward again. And this is going to look different, but we are going to be good. And I think that's it, you guys. I hope that you all are having a wonderful December and a wonderful Wednesday. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.